Hi, everybody. It's Friday, and that means it's time to rank some 8-bit Nintendo games. This is the 52nd episode of the program, and, well, that means we've been at it for a little over a year, because I think we missed a week in the middle of it. There when the baby was born or when I got COVID or both. I don't, it's all a blur. Either way, we have 332 games on a list. If I could show you the list, there we go. At the bottom, Operation Secret Storm, a game that I very much want to play again, just to remind myself what the true dregs. You think you go into this, you think you know what a bad 8-bit Nintendo game looks like. You think you understand. You think you know. You're like, oh, Deadly Towers is the worst video game of a spelunker. Ha 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 ha. Oh, you think you know, but you have no idea until you get into it. And so we go from Operation Secret Storm up to Mega Man 2, our current number one. I was about to say Bionic Commando. I forgot that Mega Man 2 was our current number one game. Mega Man 2, that's a pretty good game. It almost feels cliche to say it. Hey, this Mega Man 2, have you heard of this? What a game. We have a fresh batch here for you this week. Some of these games are brought to you by the Gerstmann Advisory Panel. If you want more information about the Gerstmann Advisory Panel, you can go over to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. I believe dopeassvideogames.com will also get you there. Yes, you can find out about the wonderful options that await you there. Ad-free podcasts. The latest episode of Game Boys to Men just went up yesterday. That's a podcast where we're kind of, if you're into old video game stuff like this, that is myself and Glenn Rubenstein talking about our time in the 90s when, we both of us kind of first got into this line of work while we were both underage. And what that was like. So we've been telling that story for a while, and there's many episodes of that available to you on the Patreon. So do check it out. And of course, you can also, if you join the advisory panel, you can suggest games for this very program. And last week was the worst example of that, maybe on record, where everyone came together and started suggesting licensed games. I don't know, whatever. That was an interesting variety last week, honestly, for as rotten as Back to the Future Part 2 and 3 was, Young Indiana Jones Chronicles was surprisingly interesting, as was Robin Hood Prince of Thieves. So that was a very mixed week, but like a fascinating one. We're gonna start out this time with some good old-fashioned professional wrestling of a tag team variety, a little 2v2, a four-way. No, that's a different thing. A duos, I guess. All right, there's that. Let's make sure that we're operating at the right. There we go. That's a little bit better. This game originated in arcades, but this home version was the first version that I saw, and I have fond memories of this game. It's tag team wrestling. From your friends at Data East. Let's see if there's an attract mode here. And not just because I want to sip some more of this drink. Okay. You may know this game for being fucking awesome. You may know this game as the game that is responsible for the Homestar Runner character, Strong Bad, who is based on the bad guy in the mask here. Also, this tag team, the enemy tag team here is known as Strong and Bad. And so at some point, maybe the arcade version may have just said Strong Bad, or one of the Japanese releases may have had a poor localization, and that might be where it came from. If I remember correctly, there is some version of it, but this is the origins of the character. Oh. Oh, when they turn red, you can't hit them at all. Oh my god, this is going poorly. Oh, I am timing this as poorly as you could. Honestly. I can't even tag. I'm not even able to get to the... Yeah, I cannot believe that just happened. Holy smokes. Well, you'll get to see strong... Here. Oh, it's just Strong Bads. Okay, so maybe it's the arcade version that said Strong and Bad, and then, yeah. I guess I had that backwards. Holy man. Wow. Okay. Let's try this again. We're going to do it an F head bat. You know, a flying head bat. Little body attack there. Got me in a submission hold there. It's like I forgot how to play this game completely. The timing, like I'm just not... Oh, God. That'll knock him out of the ring. Okay. Brainbuster, that's his special. Boom! Okay, we gotta pin this fucking guy. Oh no! He'll leap in on the other side of me and probably be able to tag. Alright, I got greedy. Oh, see, he turned red. So you cannot fight them when they turn red. There's nothing that can be done. Oh, there's a chair out here. Or that's the bell, I guess, the ring bell. You kind of don't want to do some of these basic moves here. Like the body slam will take as much life out of you as it does out of them. Now we get back in the ring out. Come on. Nope, he made it back. Backdropped out of the ring again. Oh, he's gonna... Okay, Man. But, you know, when you're out of life, a body slam is not too bad of a thing anymore. Do the brainbuster. That should take most of his health. Yeah. Oh, but he turned red. Oh, now he's doing his special to me. Ugh, I did not want to do that. Or that. I'm mashing the buttons too much. That'll be it. I'm out of health. Dude, I mean, I have the achievements in this game to even show for it that I like beat 15, 17. Like no, those are the locked ones. That I beat a lot of rounds in this. I fucking can't believe this is happening right now. So how you play this game with your 2-button configuration is one button will do that little punch. The punch will initiate a grab, and that will bring up the move list. You tap the B button to select a move. And so 2 taps of the B button is going to be this. And so it's cycling through the move list, and then you hit A to execute the move. With certain combinations of the characters, meaning if you've got the long hair guy and who's in the ring now, and you've got the fat guy from the evil team, they can do their special moves to each other, and then the 2 masked guys can do their special moves to each other. You can't hit your finish on the wrong guy, which is a weird extra little bit of strategy that they provide. The finisher is the special move is 7 taps of the button. Also, if you want to ram a guy's head into the post when you're out of the ring, that is also 7 taps of the button. Since it takes a while for the other guy to get in the ring, you kind of you're best served by doing your submission moves in your corner, because it'll take a lot longer for the other guy to get over there. All right. Give up! Give up! If you put a submission move on a guy who has no life, he immediately gives up. We're working our way up the rankings. And now we're going to fight the Strong Bads, because they're the only other team in the game. There's no... Oh, I missed it. Ah. Oh, no, he got me. Coward. Usually any kind of move that impacts near the ropes like that is gonna lead to you getting knocked out of the ring. A Sasori. This game was like 1986, I believe. Very early in the grand scheme of things. Okay, here we go. Who are we facing this time? Oh, man. They got different gear. Oops. I assume that with the name Ricky Fighters, that is meant to be Ricky Choshu. For like almost has to be, right? If we looked in the manual or something, I'm sure all the characters probably do have individual names. Oops, I didn't want to do that. They usually will turn... I was going to say they normally would turn red after a pin attempt. Well, there I was able to, like, stop the redness. Ugh. No, I didn't. There we go. Give up! So here's why here's the thing about this game. It fucking rips. Oh, no. And then he turned red. And then did it again. The bee bust. This is more of a crazy pile driver looking thing, I suppose. That's fine. Put me on this side so that I can go over here and tag, hopefully. Oh. Now, there's probably some stuff they could have done around, like, oh, you push in a direction on the controller to select a move instead of mashing the button. Maybe that would have been, like, a little bit more efficient or something. But I have to say, I really like... From just a, like... professional wrestling represented in a video game standpoint, like, there's something to the idea of, like, I'm not, like, mashing buttons here per se. Like, I'm selecting moves, and that is a bit of a mash, but I'm not, like, mashing buttons for, like, stamina reasons or any of this other horse shit that so many other games went on to do. Uh-oh, gotta get in. Aha! Ricky Fighters. Other than the specials, everyone pretty much has the same moveset. Like, everyone can do a flying headbutt. Everyone can do, you know, the same submissions. Like, it's, you know, there's not a ton of depth to that aspect of the game, for sure. That'll go out of the ring. Okay. The bee attack. Oh no. A vicious running lariat, I guess. Yeah, run away. Not cool. That'll go out, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah? It's like that, huh? No, I can't. It won't let you get back in. It won't let you escape getting hit by that the way you think you would be able to. Yeah. So this is one of the this you know was one of the early NES games that I owned, and I played the shit out of this game. It's kind of just this, like it gets a little bit more difficult as you move your way up, but it's kind of it's a very straightforward. But I think, like, you know, a lot of the wrestling games on the platform are overly straightforward, and I think that this game is more fun to play and also a better representation of professional wrestling than any of those fucking dog shit WWF games. Oops. Ugh. If that had stayed in the ring, I could have pinned him. A little something for you. Got a little something for you. Oh no! Ah! Ah! You know, ultimately we'll see what the science says, but some say this is the best wrestling game on the platform. I might, you know, if it's, you know, Tecmo World Wrestling is a really cool game. And of course, Muscle Tag Team Wrestling is fantastic as well. But Muscle Tag Team Wrestling is like not a great representation of wrestling. You know what I mean? I think in some ways, Tecmo World Wrestling does its cool thing with commentary, right? Like, that's a huge... What do I got to do this? There we go. Oh, ah, oh, So you got to cut off the ring, like actual tag team wrestling psychology, because you got to make sure it takes longer for them to get in the ring. Okay. Pro Wrestling ripoff. Didn't this come out significantly before Pro Wrestling on the NES? Now which game is the ripoff? Now which game is the ripoff? Oh, this is going bad for me. Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay. Strong bads. And yo, that's it. You know, it's got competitive multiplayer. Oops. Well, you know, if you're not there to hit the A button to save your opponent, then this will drain your life completely. This game is cool, but it's well, you know, I'll say this. This game's very 1986, right? Like, it's very, I mean, though the arcade version is even older. I mean, you know, it's kind of... But I don't know. I really like this game's style. I think, you know, knowing nothing about Japanese wrestling when this came out, this kind of led to the situation of, like, why do they count to 20 in all these video games, but, like, in actual wrestling on television, they only count to 10? And then you realize years later, oh, it's because Japanese wrestling counts to 20. The same way Japanese baseball will, you know, and you know, has their mercy rule thing and all that. I don't know. That was an interesting thing to, like, learn a little bit later in life, I suppose. Like the hows and whys of why some of these games were the way they were. I think this game is a really great representation of professional wrestling because of the variety of moves. And you're just picking out to do them. I like the idea of pick your move and do it, and not mash a button to struggle to gain this, and like, the constant button mashing that has just become synonymous with wrestling games over the years. I think that stuff just sucks. And I think this, I don't know, this game is very straightforward, but I think it's very awesome for what it is. Going back and playing it, like, there's aspects of this that, obviously it is incredibly straightforward, but also the thing I'll say is, like, games of this day did not automatically have massive rosters of characters. If you go look at pro wrestling on the Sega Master System, that was another tag team game that had, I believe, 4 teams. And the Japanese version of that was like, it was a Dump Matsumoto licensed game. But in the US, they took all that out and just put in, like, here's some generic dudes. I like that game a lot. That's neither here nor there. But pro wrestling for the Master System. Look, if you're picking games that are just called pro wrestling and you're looking for a good one, pro wrestling for the Master System, there's a game for you. So I think there's a lot to like in this game. This game is weird as a 2-player game, just because the system in it is so mind-numbingly straightforward that, like, you just have to time that punch, and when you both get good at timing that punch to start to, like, initiate, contact, it just becomes a really weird fucking game. I mean, it's already a weird game, but this game is cool, and I think it has a lot of flavor that certainly a lot of the other wrestling games on the platform just lacked, and I think that's that goes a long way for it. But let's start looking at the list and see what we think, scientifically speaking. Is tag team wrestling better than Rygar? No. It's no Goonies 2. It's no Super Dodgeball. It's no Hudson's Adventure Island 2. Commando is a better game. Tecmo World Wrestling. Tecmo World Wrestling, I think, is another game that really, more so than any other wrestling game on the platform, Tecmo World Wrestling gets the flavor of wrestling more so than just about anything else. And it does so by, like, having, like, commentary at the bottom of the screen. You have to read it, and it's ridiculous, but conceptually amazing, and that's a pretty good game. This is one of those things that, like, in my heart, these two games are very similar, but I think, if we let the science do the talking, we'll find that Tecmo World Wrestling is here, but Tag Team Wrestling is somewhere below it. It's no Xanac. But, like, we're kind of getting closer. I don't know. We're kind of dialing it in here. It's no POW, Prisoner of War. It's not as good as Dragon Warrior 1. Is Tag Team Wrestling better than Double Dragon? No, I suppose not. It's not as good as Karnov. It's not as good as Double Dragon 2. Tag team wrestling is better than City Connection. Tag team wrestling is better than Muscle Tag Team Match, which is not quite the, again, because Muscle has like so little, like the wrestling stuff is it's not nearly as deep or authentic a wrestling game as tag team wrestling is. But you can throw tomahawks at people and power up and do these massive jump off the screen pile drivers and you know, wild anime shit that goes a long way. But tag team wrestling is a better game. It's better than Low G Man, the Low Gravity Man, and it's better than Muscle Tag Team Match. But it's not as good as Double Dragon 2, so it's better than Kabuki Quantum Fighter, but it's not as good as Monster in My Pocket. It's our new number 64. Tag team wrestling. Hell of a game. Come on. There we go. Number 64. Always happy to play that game. Always happy to play that. It's so different from the way other wrestling games kind of select moves and just kind of handle their business overall. That I think even now there's something weirdly refreshing about it in a throwback way, but it's nice. Next up, a game that Tucker suggested. Oh boy. Another Capcom classic? I don't know. I don't know anything about this game. It is Adventures in the Magic Kingdom. I honestly could not, I mean, other than knowing it's a Disney licensed game, I don't know anything about this. Is it a Mickey Mouse game? I figured it would say Mickey Mouse. Oh. What, I mean, is this a test? Is this like, if I get this wrong, does it say you failed the copy protection? Like what? There, it's Goofy. Did it just give me an achievement for naming my character Goofy? Don't just put Goofy on the screen and say, give us your name. It's Goof. It's. Where's the golden key to the gate? Ah, gosh. I'm sorry, Mickey. I must have left it in the castle. This is, this is where they got the idea for Kingdom Hearts, I'm told. Wait, we need 6 silver keys. Yeah, when I went to Disneyland recently, and I had to do this. I had to get the 6 keys, and it was a whole thing. Me. 500 attractions. So we go to Backdraft first, and then Jurassic Park. Woody Woodpecker's here. No? Oh, wait, wrong. They should make a Knott's Berry Farm game where I just gotta eat pies. 5 are in attractions, but you will have to ask around for the 6th one. I'm not Goofy, what the fuck? Yep, that's me. I'm Mickey's friend, Goofy. What is Cinderella's last name? Isn't it Tremaine? Yeah, you must be Goofy, all right. I think the girl around Space Mountain knows where the key is. I'm gonna take that girl to Space Mountain. Woo! Oh, so okay, so we have the attractions here, I'm guessing. Goofy, pirates have ransacked the island and are holding 6 villagers captive. Light a signal fire. Yeah, we're going to Disneyland and starting a fire in the park. Oh no. What is... Okay, okay. Can't jump on anyone's head. Really good ladder climbing noise. So I just have no attack, huh? Was this like a Disney mandate or something where they're like, no, we don't want to have any violence in our game? Oh, maybe I can push those barrels on guys. You know, if you think about it, Mario didn't have an attack in Donkey Kong, so fuck you. You'll have to try again. $999 ghosts are always in this house, but they're always looking for number 1000. Be careful, they might want you. That's one of my favorite bands when I was a teen. They might want you. Not normally a big accordion guy. That's not true at all. Turns out, big accordion guy. Oh, here we get a limited number of candles. This, oh, what's the word? This sucks. Collecting, like, more ammo for your candle doesn't warrant that level of, like, musical... Like, hey, we're gonna stop everything and just play this little tune for you. Dude, this is terrible. What the hell? Looks like a racetrack of some kind. All right, we got a railroad. Like your walking doesn't match up with a lot of the tiles. Like this. This looks like I should be able to stop here and walk up here, but nope, that's a tile, that's a tile. So at no point do you line up to walk into the castle. We're going to the first aid tent. Here's another person. Oh, this looks like... Okay, this is... Here's Space Mountain. I'll tell you what I know if you answer this question correctly. Who portrayed the younger of the Hardy Boys on the Mickey Mouse Club TV show? What?! I'm looking this up! I'm looking this up. Tommy Kirk played Joe Hardy. So here's the fucked up thing. Two of these characters were on here. Tommy Kirk and Tim Considine are both on the show. So is Frank or Joe the younger of the Hardy Boys? Which Hardy Boy is the youngest of the Hardy Boys? Okay. Let's... Brothers Frank and Joe Hardy. Younger... No, younger doesn't work because it's like just says, oh, this was made for a younger audience. Okay, Joe Hardy is the younger brother of Frank Hardy. And Joe Hardy was played by Tommy Kirk. I saw a silver key in front of the enchanted castle. Yeah, that's me. Do you know this? What is the name of the character who can fly with the help of her umbrella? This is Mary Poppins. Where does the story of Dumbo take place? Fuck, dude, what? It's a circus in Florida. There's a dog with a silver key in his collar. I think he's at the front gate. Okay. All right. It's me. I'm Goofy. You're looking for the dog? What's the name of the evil fairy in Sleeping Beauty? I mean, it's Maleficent, right? I never thought of Maleficent as a fairy, but okay. I saw the dog heading for Tom Sawyer's Island. None of this shit is at Disneyland anymore, is it? This is... for as much as I don't really like Disneyland much, like, it's not my thing. Never really was, but, at some point you grow up, right? It's cool going with kids and stuff, but like there's so much stuff that just isn't there anymore. Oh yeah, that dog's around here. Could it be right next? Is the dog right next to you? Where was Davy Crockett born? Is it? It's Tennessee, isn't it? Isn't it Tennessee? Yes. He's heading for Autopia. There were cars over here, right? I have the key the dog was wearing. She doesn't pull a rocking horse out of there, but she does pull a lot of stuff out of there, like a lamp. No, fuck you. Well, look, if they did have, like, they did have the Warner Brothers characters, the Looney Tunes in there, didn't they? So maybe it's Popeye? Okay. Well, we did that thing, and now unfortunately comes the part where we have to play the game. It was heartwarming. I will say, going to Disneyland after all these years, seeing that this dome thing, that they are representing for Space Mountain, seeing that was still there, got me. I was like, oh man, yeah, look at that fucking thing. That's the ride my dad forced me to go on when I was a kid and scared the fucking shit out of me, and made me never want to go on roller coasters ever again. You pilot and I navigate. We'll make it to Star F. When I tell you where to fly, push the controls in that direction and push the A or B button to fly around meteors. Oh, so this is Sewer Shark, huh? Niner. Three, 6, Niner. Blowing up planets. Mickey Mouse don't give a fuck. Well, 6, 3. What was that all about? I just gotta guess? Thanks, Mickey. You're real fucking helpful. You piece of shit. Oh my god! This game should not have a game over. Aw, oh, Panhandle Pete stole the silver key. This is fucking terrible. This game is fucking terrible. It's like I'm pushing up and down to shift, sort of. This game was like, hey man, do you like bump and jump? And I'm like, yes. And it's like, well, this is like that, but terrible. I'm like, oh, awesome. You can't even land on the cars and make them blow up. So what the fuck am I supposed to do there? Just not take the left side? Stop and wait? Fuck you. Howdy, partner. You're gonna have to ride a mine car to get through here. Did it just say watch out for dead ends? Like, you can slow down, but like, it doesn't give you a lot of time. Like, the reactions it wants you to make seem unreasonable for what this game is. Slowed down, got hit anyway. Great. Haha. Fuck off, idiot. You went that way. You had no way of knowing that. But I guess just learn the track, right? But also, we're going to pull you all the way out, have this screen, bring you back out here, have you walk back in here. You have to listen to this again, and now do it again. What a miserable experience this is. Dinosaurs? No! Oh, you wanted to go to number 3. Remember when he said at the beginning you wanted to go to number 3? That's what that meant. This is a criminal act. Ah! I don't want to do that. We could try the boats again. I like that little boat part at the beginning. It's like not really related to anything else that's happening. It's just like, I don't know, take a boat over here. And I also like these squinty, these fucking guys. Down here, we've got treasure and scorpions. Suck it, dickhead. That's what Mickey Mouse said to me right there. This thing is like, I'm surprised how terrible this is. Also, they don't make it clear that this is something you could walk into. Compared to the doorways of the other rides, like Space Mountain is a little mysterious by comparison. Also kind of weird that they don't really have, I mean, I don't know, for a game that's supposed to kind of be Disneyland, it's weird that like musically and just like aesthetically they didn't do a better job of that. So when I get to the ones where that's just, what happened there? I was pushing the right buttons. Did I push it too soon? Like, I think you just have to guess. Guessed wrong, I guess. Pushed B instead of A. We died. This is terrible, man. I'm I don't want to do any of this. Like, all of the options at my disposal are bad. Like, in some ways, that Space Mountain thing is like the least bad. That's fun. When I play my good time driving games in video games, it's most fun when when you go slow. Rats, you beat me. Well, a deal's a deal. Take the key. I half expected him to come on screen and say that he won and that I did not beat him because I didn't do it fast enough. Oh, you can just go do it again, huh? Whoops. Capcom is a company of contrasts, I suppose. Especially when it comes to the Disney license. I think it's a... That's terrible. That's a terrible game. Just like conceptually, it's like that's a good idea, right? Like, hey, you're gonna kind of go to a Disneyland thing, and we've turned the rides of Disneyland into mini games. You know, it's an idea that would go on to be used to much greater effect in great games in the years ahead, like the Universal Studios theme park game for the GameCube. A real classic. But the idea, yeah, like it's a sound idea. You see why multiple developers would have tried to do that with different theme parks over the years. Maybe this is less shitty than that Universal Studios game was, but this game is also very, very shitty. Wow, is it better or worse than Xanac? What do you think? Adventures in the Magic Kingdom. Probably worse, right? Probably worse. It's worse than Wizards and Warriors. It's worse than Xevious, the Avenger. It's worse than Eliminator Boat Duel. It's worse than the Karate Kid. It's worse than Hudson's Adventure Island. It's worse than Yo Noid. It's worse than Gumshoe. It's worse than Mickey Mousecapade. Also not a great game. It's worse than The Adventures of Rad Gravity. But like this is kind of close here. It's worse than Roller Games. I want to play Roller Games again. Is that bad? Is that bad? It's better than Mappy Land. It's worse than Roller Games. Roller Games is a bad game. A really bad game. The shame about Roller Games is that like you could see a version of that maybe was not bad. Like there's like a different thing there that if they used all those same parts and just had like less aggressively angry level design, like Roller Games would be okay, and you'd be like, well, at least these Konami drums sound good. It's better than Mappy Land. It's better than Bart versus the World. It's worse than Gilligan's Island. It's worse than Kid Cool and the Quest for the Seven Wonder Herbs. Nah, maybe not. Maybe not, actually. Yeah, no, it is. It's better than Caveman Game. It's another kind of multi-event sort of thing. Caveman Games is probably a more pure representation. It's worse than Caveman Games, but it's better than Bart versus the World. So it's our new number 293. A top 300 game. Congratulations to with all the folks at Disney. Especially my boy Goofy. For our new top 300 game. Why does this suck so much? There we go. There you have it. Yeah, I think Disney is heading to Gamescom to take pitches and stuff, for across all of its brands, 20th Century Fox and everything else. So if you're going to Gamescom and you have a meeting with the hardcore business team at Disney, maybe pitch them on a new Adventures in the Magic Kingdom. The time is right. If you have a meeting with John Drake in Germany, make sure you tell him. Make sure you tell him that the time is right. I had a brief opportunity to go to Gamescom this year, but it just did not work out timing-wise, and it's a bummer. I've never been to Germany. I've never been to Gamescom. It would have been interesting to see it all, but perhaps next year. All right, next up, Fandle suggested this game. This is our leftover game from last week, which was, just full-on licensed game Fury. I rented this game. It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit? From Rare. Oh no. I don't know, we can't, I made this logo, but I can't fit a question mark in there. What are we going to do? Make question marks fly in front of the screen. I had, it's like fucking Sam and Max over here. We got a hard-nosed detective and his rabbit buddy. What's not to like? Am I supposed to be like pointing and clicking? Am I supposed to be like adventuring here and looking for things? Okay, if I mash the B button, he'll just hop around on one foot like this and charge up. Okay, there we go. It said searching, but not finding. Do I have to hold the button down? Okay, there. Anything in this garbage can? No? What the fuck? Can you help me? Yes. Try searching this building. We got a brick. I have got bricks in the hood, my friend. Like, you can interrupt any of these things, but you can't, like, speed them along. If I mash the A button, it starts and stops the conversation. Can you help me? Yes, this building is empty. I don't trust her. Can you help me? Yes. This building is empty. Can you help me? Yes. This building is empty. That's fun. I'm glad they put this empty building here. Can you help me? Yes. This building is empty. This game is empty. Can you help me? Oops. Can you help me? Yes. This building is empty. It's fun. It's fun to have a lot of empty buildings. It makes it real, you know? Can you help me? Sorry, I cannot help you. That means there's something in here. Can you help me? You can tell it's a good British video game because it says the name of the game up in the corner. Except they didn't have the resolution on screen to write who framed. Can you help me? I mean, there's an ambition here. You know? It's an open world game. Right? Fishbone. I love Fishbone. Why would anyone do this? Can you help me? Yes. Fucking what? Then why is any of this here? Those guys seem to be coming for me. What the f- Can you help me? Oh, look at how many more rooms there are in here. What am I supposed to... So I have dynamite, but what am I... Can I... It says holding. Pausing it doesn't do anything. Do items maybe get automatically used, and when I get to a part of the game where dynamite is useful, they will make it obvious to me? Is that the... Do I hold down select and hit... No, that doesn't do it. If I had dynamite, I could... There we go. Select and then left and right. Okay, so we can throw bricks. We've got 2 wallets. Let's set down a fish bone. Maybe that would attract a cat or something at some point. I mean, I did punch this lady. I guess like... Can you help me? So you say dynamite the wall, but I'm not sure that I can. Because there's no HUD here at all. So it's not like... Oh. Great. I'm losing my freaking mind doing this with this music. This is another one of those Nintendo Power specials where it's like they felt like they devoted enough space to it to where like, oh, I guess I'll check out Roger Rabbit. But I never was foolish enough to buy it. But I did rent it at least once. All right, we found cheese. And I guess that's all that's here. Ah, the gag factory. Well, why is it? Oh, man. I accidentally hit the space bar. Can you help me? All right, we got the word. Might be some more cheese here. Great. This would be interesting to maybe watch some kind of speed run tool assisted thing, some kind of like what was it like to actually play this game? I remember you get your own car at some point, if I remember right. So I played this. I did not see Roger Rabbit, the film, until years after its release. And so this was my first exposure to Roger Rabbit, which may have colored my experience a little bit, because I think Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the movie, is fucking kind of shitty, man. Like, maybe that's become the consensus over the years, but like there was a while there that people were like, no, it's really good. And like, no, dude. People in chat seem to like the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. All right. Yeah, I remember watching it and being like, this is fucking terrible. What about Cool? Now, Cool World, that's a classic. No, I'm not sure that I have ever actually seen Cool World start to finish. I'm going to say my first exposure to Cool World was when Sega was showing the trailer on a loop compressed onto a Sega CD. There might be something in this building, but I can't fucking find it. All right, number 25. Write it down. There's something there. Is there even a way to jump? Like, what do you even... Oh, you can fall off that way, too. Oh, if I have spring shoes. Sure. Sure. I'm guessing this is not the way to anything of value, because surely they would have you find something of note in some of the buildings first, right? I mean... Do I get to fight these guys if they touch me, or do they just kill me? Either is fine. Snake! So I know we went to number 13, but like, I don't remember. Here we go. Did Roger Rabbit just throw a fucking flower pot at my head? Good. I like that the use of the crowbar is just throw it out there, not pry open a lock with it maybe, or just make a bzzz noise if it's not going to do that. Can you help me? No? The fuck am I doing? What am I doing? Why would anyone play this? What? But yes, I remember renting this and like spending, you know, because it was a rental, you know, you spend the time with it, whether it's good or bad. But I remember, yeah, I remember this game. I remember basically doing this, you know, but I do remember finding a car at some point, I think. But hey, also, fuck this game. Here we go. This is looking... Oh, that cat killed me. Cool. That's it. You can't go in this building. You can't walk this way. You can't walk in here. There's no in. There's no in here. Well, we got a whistle now. Let's blow the whistle. It worked for Too Short. All right. You can't do anything with the whistle. Hey. Get in the car. Look at the number of frames on this car. Look at the range of this is such a smooth driving car. Man. This is such a smooth driving car in such a fucking terrible game. This is the best part of this game. This feels so nice compared to everything else I've seen. Why? What? Hey, at least the music changed. Okay. Is there nothing? I mean, there's that cave. Maybe that's something important later in the game. To pick punchlines, you have to hold down select and push left and right. It's such a bad input that I think would, you know, like, obviously I'm not playing on an original NES controller, but like thinking about that controller, holding down select with your right hand is not a natural motion. But you have to hold it down and then push left and right. You can't just push left and right. That would be madness. That looks like a key. Nope, it's a rattle. Dude, what the... Oh, what... How do I buy something? Press B when holding the wallet. Another real natural. Oh. You just get that item. That's it. There's no talking. You don't talk to a guy and go, hey, what else can I buy? Hold on, I have the wallet selected, so you're gonna have to give me a minute here. A tube of toothpaste. It's a funny joke. You guys, I don't know if you guys are into comedy. I'm something of a comedy fan myself, and so this fuckface. Let's never play this game again. Let's never play this game again. I found a rose. Have a rose, the game said. Oh, and there's even more? They could have had a, like, yes, try searching this room kind of like way to hone in on where items might be. That might have been nice. Just any kind of anything. If this game had any kind of anything, the only thing this game has going for it is that the car steers real smooth. There's something over there, but unfortunately, we're out of continues. We have 40 seconds to write down this password. Okay, I'm really curious to see if the screen goes away when time runs out. If you really only had 40 seconds to write down your password, that's amazing. If this screen disappears when this timer is up, that's amazing. Yeah, this game having limited continues to begin with is fucking bonkers. This is such a piece of shit. This game is such a piece of shit, man. Yeah. Password goes away. I hope you are like a decently speedy writer. Does it automatically enter my last password? Of course not. Of course it doesn't. Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. This was fun to revisit. Like I said, I rented this game and have like some vague memory of it. And I remember I remember it being like, oh, I remember it kind of being like an open world game or something like that. Like there's sort of an open nature to it. The inventory management is a nightmare in this game. You know, it's not like the idea of like hold down select and then use the D-pad to scroll through your items. I see why they might want to do that because it gives you the ability to scroll left or right as opposed to having to cycle all the way through your items, miss the item, go, oh, now I got to cycle through again. You can just push left and go right back to it. But maybe a sub-screen would have worked here, right? I mean, maybe a thing that just lets me pick inventory. A sub-screen could have had little bits of information about the items or something like that as well. You know, I know the manual probably had something in it, but it's got an ambition to it, and that's kind of the only thing you can say about it. It is right in there with some of the other games that we've looked at that have been like, oh, there's some kind of thing here, some kind of ambition here, but also what a terrible game. I feel like that's not the first time we've said that about a game. I mean, it's worse than Gyromite. It's worse than Jaws. It's worse than Solstice, the quest for the staff of Deimnos. It is definitely worse than Dino Wars' destruction of Spondulus. It is sort of Dirty Harry-esque, but worse. It's worse than Gremlins 2, The New Batch. So it is a lot like this Dick Tracy game, but with significantly worse inventory management and you know, just the overall movement and all of that stuff is way worse here than it is in Dick Tracy. You'd be better served playing a copy of Yo Noid. I'd take a gumshoe 7 days a week. Any sane person would rather play Puss in Boots: Perrow's Great Adventure than Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's worse than Mickey Mousecapade. It's definitely worse than Victory Road. It's worse than Hudson Hawk. It is worse than the Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout. But like, I don't know, we're kind of getting into the... It's worse than American Gladiators. It's worse than Gilligan's Island. Is it worse than Adventures in the Magic Kingdom? Shit, dude. It kind of... I mean... Yeah, it's worse than The Simpsons Bart versus the World. It's worse than Mappy Land. It's worse than Skate or Die 2. Definitely worse than Treasure Master and Mystery Quest. It's worse than Bart versus the Space Mutants, but like this is it's not worse than Back to the Future 2 and 3. It's worse than Ghostbusters. Is it better or worse than Super Pitfall? It's worse. Is it worse than Master Chew and the Drunkard Hugh? It's worse. All right, let's really talk about this. Is it better or worse than Back to the Future 2 and 3? Back to the Future 2 and 3 is like, you know, it's a platformer. It's an open world thing of its own terrible nature. What a fucking terrible thing. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is better than Back to the Future 2 and 3. But not by much, man. What a piece of garbage. And so it's our new number 317. Congratulations to what was his name? Charles. The guy that did the Roger Rabbit voice. Charles, I cannot remember his name at the moment, but that dude was everywhere when this movie came out. He had a very good PR because he was getting interviews and he was like, yeah, Charles Fleischer, yes. Like he was showing up on all kinds of shows and everything. Like he was getting out there. I don't know that he had, we'd have to look, but I don't know what kind of career he had post Roger Rabbit, but I know that dude was on a ton of, to the point where I remember, like almost remember his name. I saw way more of him showing up on MTV or whatever else than I saw of the actual movie back then. So you have it. It's our new number 317. Congratulations to Roger Rabbit. A movie that is a big piece of shit. Next up is a game from Raymond. Another licensed game. Oh, all right. It's Total Recall. This is a great title screen. I don't think I've ever played this. Pretty sure I've never played this. The idea of Total Recall being a video game on the NES. But like this screen, if you told me there was a play, like with the Interplay logo and everything, if you told me that this was a point-and-click adventure game based on Total Recall, I would be like, fucking hell yeah! Because I bet a point-and-click adventure game in the vein of like Neuromancer, which Interplay also published on computers, I bet you could make a really good point-and-click adventure game set in the Total Recall universe. Was the remake of this any good? I wanted to watch it and didn't. Okay, design, copyright, Interplay, 1990. The remake was not good? All right. Well. Music, this little you got a headache and perhaps a trip to the angry red planet. Well, was he doing push-ups? Look at this! You can look back and forth while crouching, and this crouch animation is so silly. Oh, this is an attack for the ages. Are you kidding me? What? This tiny man jumped out of an alley and not... I like that my punch is face level on these guys. What? No! Leave me alone, you weirdo! That combat feels real bad. And then just like guys throw. Oh, like, oh. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Some credits in the movie theater here. Apparently we got an extra life. All right. What is wrong with this game? Why? What? Again with the... It's implying that I can get up there somehow because there's an item all the way up here. Okay. Fun. That was good. We were having a good time. I'll be back, he says. You know, Doug Quaid's famous... Do I get another extra life for going in here? Is there any kind of life meter in this game? Or is it... Oh, okay, no, I see it there. Okay. Oh, right. I like their Arnold sprite. It's so, like, chest out. Like, look at the posture on this fucking guy. Can I just go? Nothing. Look at that guy. Oh, okay. It's a real wicked slow down there. Who's this guy fucking chasing after me? What? Oh, that he just killed it. I'll be back. It's like a joke. It's like this is like a joke video game. Oh. This is pretty bad. I'm this is not a very good game. Oh, this is stupid. Well, if we can't have the lady with 3 boobs, could we at least have him say, "I'll be back"? Give us something to work with here. Okay, there's an arrow pointing at that, so... Man, the world of Total Recall was always, hard. But not like this. Those people are just sticking their cocks through these holes and, like, hurting me with them. I gotta do this again. This is good. I think the cops are twice the height of the weird bad guys in the other areas. Ah, good. Tough city. Whoa! Wow! Did I take too long? Just walk past this guy who is shooting me. These are neat little scenes. Look at this picture. It's nice. It's got nice little pictures. Oh, look at this. Look at this. They saw the movie. They saw all the movies. Said, yeah, he's gonna say, "I'll be back. We're gonna do the X-ray thing." Wait. Wait. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Your game has been recalled. I guess it has a different tone to it. Please return it to the nearest store. And that's and I can't skip it. Okay. Ah. Let off some steam. Your game has let off some steam. What a weird fucking game. Deathless leaderboard. Are you fucking giving... Can't get out. Remember when video games were... What am I... Like, I'm guessing you have to, like, beat the balls, right? Video games, we've come a long way since the bleeps and bloops of Pac-Man. Nowadays, you're as likely to get movies, video games based on the latest hit Hollywood films, such as Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Total Recall, as you are the bonks and boinks of Pong. It's real bad. But I appreciate that they just like went for it and said like, no, we're going to talk about the Terminator. We're going to use the words like terminated, and he's going to say, I'll be back. And he's going to, we're going to lean on that stuff. Brian Fargo's a genius. Thank you, Interplay. That's fucking real bad. All right. All right, look. Is that better or worse than Time Lord? It's better. It's better than Time Lord. This game doesn't seem to lean on random bullshit. It just leans on bullshit. It's better than Mappy Land. It's better than Kid Cool and the Quest for the Seven Wonder Herbs. It's better than Silver Surfer. It's better than Hudson Hawk. But it's not as good as Ghoul School. It's not as good as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's worse than Platoon. It's right here. Is it better or worse than Hattress? It's better than Hattress. It's not as good as Wheel of Fortune. It's our new number 266. That's a real yeah, wow. The Acclaim name is right on the box, you know? They let you know up front, like, hey, the company that made you hate licensed games in the first place was here at the scene of the crime for this one. Though you didn't necessarily expect, I don't know, the Interplay name was not associated with straight trash at this point. But also the Interplay name was also not associated with console games. And so that it's sort of a weird, like, Interplay has made some legendary computer games over the years, but Interplay name on console game, not necessarily something that you're looking for. There it is, number 266. Jesus Christ. That fucking game. All right, next up, maybe this will be a palate cleanser. I don't know anymore. I don't know what to make of any of this, but we played the first one of these a little while back and had an okay time. Here's Track and Field 2. A sequel to Track and Field. I guess maybe we'll try. Is training mode? Does it just let you pick the events and do them? Yeah. So this is like maybe a more traditional multi-sport. Wow, this is a weird list of events. When you think about what Track and Field 1 was. Oh, this has a totally different art style, too. I know I've played this, but I not getting that ass. I don't feel like I have a lot of good options here. I feel like, okay, so we can go high. We can... It looks like you really only have one block. Stuck him. Ugh! That's okay. I don't know. It feels like something where you just want more options here. Look at this typewriter. Konami Press. Oh, it's just gonna go on to the next one, even though... Okay. Oh, look at this, like... Look at these realistic graphics. Great. Did a great job.
Disqualified.
Disqualified. Good. Qualified. I don't like the look of this game compared to the cool mustache men of the first track and field. This looks like it's technically impressive, but like I do not like this art. Oops. And like he's doing the same basic animations that the track and field 1 guys did, which is even funnier. It's, yeah, soulless is the word.
On your mark. Get set.
Very clean audio. Go. How to breathe. How swim. Okay, yeah, now go under the water. Okay, we're breathing. Am I rotating the stick? Am I moving up and down? Am I moving left and right? Am I mashing the buttons? Am I just gonna drown? Holding the buttons doesn't do anything. Mashing the buttons doesn't do anything. I ever see like the power meter went up for a second there. Like I was almost doing something. Do I have to mash A and B alternately? Yes, there we go. But also this doesn't seem like it's... I don't know. There's also something to be said for the simplicity of the events in a lot of other games like this. Oh, apparently fucking training mode is not a training mode. Yeah. Nailed it. We're gonna do handstand. I feel like that time I almost went in the water smoothly. At least we qualified on one of them. This feels like that they, you know, needed to make a more complicated game because obviously track and field is an arcade game and oops. I have to push the B button to call pull, and it should just have a guy going, pull! This would be a good opportunity for good voice. This is not fun. Like, track and field was meant to be the game where you fucking mash the buttons like crazy. Like, it's, you know, that was always the arcade game, is like, slam these buttons, and occasionally you have to hit a jump button to go over some hurdles, and then you also have to, like, hit the jump button and set your angle for some of these javelin tosses and jumps and whatever else, but, like... And I think that that's, you know, like, that worked in the arcade era, and bringing track and field home was always kind of dicey. I think the NES version track and field, they did a pretty good job for what it's worth. And this feels like they're like, oh, that, like, we can't just make that game again. Like, no one likes doing that anymore. No one likes just the button mashing game. So let's change it up. But this just feels like that they looked at, like, world games and summer games and winter games, like the stuff that Epix was making for computers, and just made, like, another one of those, kind of. And I like the... I don't know, like, I like that they tried to go for it on the graphics. You know, for NES graphics, this is kind of awesome, but, like, again, it just feels so soulless. Where'd that guy get that sick Ash Ketchum hat? And then some of these events look like, they like seem like structured. Okay, what do we do here? Okay, we're rotating the stick, but it has to be counterclockwise. Qualifying. So when they did hammer throw in the original track and field, you actually didn't even have to tap the buttons to like it did auto speed. Like the power meter just gradually increased, and all you had to do was time the button press when to throw it. So in some ways, this is like a, I don't know, like a better representation of stuff by having you rotate the stick. All right, Taekwondo. These guys look terrible. I like, again, it's like it's a big sprite and that's neat, but like there's just, I don't know. That dude is fucking dead. Get up! The jump animation and everything is really... This is not great. I don't know. Begin. It's no Karate Champ, that's for sure. Stay down. Winner. Konami Press. This is a great press release. Okay.
Foul.
Ow. Maybe I push down.
Foul.
Nope.
Foul.
Cool. Cool. Canoeing. Seems like it could be really cool or worse than swimming. Okay, so one button goes forward, the other goes backwards. But also... Ow. Does R mean I have to go through it backwards? It would appear so. This is weird. It's all tapping. Like if I hold right on the D-pad, it will not. Like I have to tap the D-pad over and over again. It's a strange inputs. Yeah. Hell yeah. It's like the end of a day in Paperboy. Hey, you lost all these fucking customers, stupid. Like, all right. Wait, that's 4. What are you trying to do to me? Okay. Once you realize that it's all tapping and none of it is holding, even the direction changes, there's a flow to it for sure. Archery. Look at this guy. Okay. Like, how do I change? So it looks like I got a left, right, and I got a up here, but like, there we go. I can only go up. I can't go down, huh? I guess that's like governed by how much power I put into it. Oh, fuck you. So if the wind is blowing down 14 meters, does that mean right 14 meters technically? And I need to counter by going the other way? Like what is, because I have the, because it's oriented one way at the top, another way in the main view window, and then there's like the, what you would think would be a sensible way to do it. So I guess I want some left degrees on this if it's... Let's try that. Yeah. So that's weird, because you have to push left and right, but you're looking at the left and right as if it were up and down. Okay, we got wind going our way. So we probably just don't want as much power, right? Okay. Now we want a little extra power. Or we could add some up degrees to it. Perhaps both, I guess. I don't know. Okay, it's 12 going with us, but also it's pretty far away. Come on, Power, get up there.
Foul.
Foul. It's annoying that you can't set your angles here before you start. You have to do it kind of while you're mashing the button.
Foul.
And there, I guess I overcompensated. All right. Well, we've almost seen all the events here. Hurdles and horizontal bar. This seems like it should just be mashing some buttons and occasionally pushing up or something.
On your mark. Get set.
I'm wrong. It's only mash A, and then B is your jump button. I guess makes more sense for the controller. Hey, not a bad finish considering how long it took me to figure out what you need to do to get moving. Hurdles, man. Hell, I don't know. You just mash the A button. Left and right seems to select your skills. And then maybe B does them? And then I'm guessing this is just, you know, hey, instead of being able to set your... being able to pick whatever events, this is just going to be like, hey, man, fucking do them all. Oh, look at this. Snoop Dogg is here. Flavor Flav is here. He's taking care of my cat while I compete. Hi. This is pretty well made. It's a cool intro. I mean, this is neat. Anyway. Very nice. Day one. Look at this dude. I wonder if these are actual athletes, if they went and got maximum pressure. Oh. Still on the first day. Okay, I was curious to see if there was how they handled this stuff, but okay. All right, so they just throw the events at you this way. I don't know, man. Like, I think it's really hard to make a sequel to Track and Field, and they did it multiple times in multiple different ways. With like, I don't know, like kind of questionable results every time. Like this one, I think the graphics are interesting, and I think in the context of the NES, it's like these are big dudes. They drew big dudes, but I don't know. Like I said, I think it lacks a lot of the soul of those cool mustache dudes from the first game. You know? It is especially funny when you get to events like this where it is the same animation that the guy in Track and Field 1 did, just with this like noticeably better looking, better looking, or technically better looking sprite, I guess. And so that's Track and Field 2. It's a pretty big expansion from the first game, and I think the thing you have to give it credit for that isn't necessarily germane to the topic of ranking it on an NES list, but I think the thing about this game is that they brought it home. They thought about the controls. They made it less mashy. When they did have you mashing buttons, it's usually only one of them instead of both, or because the original arcade game, Track and Field 1, is a 3-button game, no joystick. It's a leverless video game where you're just hitting 2 buttons to run and then a 3rd button to do your jumps or javelin tosses or whatever else. And it worked great in arcades. Home versions of these types of games, like you go back to like Activision Decathlon for the 2600, where you're like having to move left and right on a joystick. That sucks. I would do stuff like, I had a really loose joystick, if you know what I mean. And so I would hold it sideways and I would like kind of lock it. I would push it hard against one of my legs, and this will look silly, but I could just like hold it sideways and then flap it up, and it would automatically flap back down and push to the right. And so you could just kind of go, you could tap it underneath and go, bah, 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 and use that to go really quickly with that specific joystick because it was just loose enough. But like that left and right mash button stuff sucks. It just sucks, man. When they bring it home, it's fucking terrible. And so Track and Field 2 here, not the only game to bear the name. There are multiple times where they tried to make sequels to Track and Field on, you know, like the MSX or some of these other machines. You know, Hyper Olympic, whatever it is. Even arcades got a sequel to Track and Field that is dramatically different than this, which is kind of fucking crazy. But the thing they did is they looked at the NES controller and said, no, we're not going to make a bunch of mashy games like we did in arcades. We're going to try to make something that's a little more skillful, a little different, like, you know, something that is a little more nuanced. And I think that's very, very smart of them to do. It does make this game feel like, kind of, like I said, sort of like the Olympic style games that Epix was doing for computers, though I guess some of those games came to the NES. We've ranked them. But summer games, winter games, world games, even Skate or Die is actually a game incredibly in the vein of those, which is not Epix, but like, you know, you had a lot of computer games that were trying to do that. And so this makes it more akin to like that lineage than the lineage of Track and Field, if that makes any sense. And I find that really fascinating. And I think that that's, again, like a really smart move on their part. Is this game on its own actually like exciting and fun? Like, it's okay. But I think enough of the events are just kind of not that fun. Or like the controls end up being awkward, and you know, like there's just different things in half of those things, half of those events. Like canoeing is interesting. When you get the hang of it, you feel like, oh, I'm kind of cooking here. And it could be the sort of thing that you speed run down to the 10th of a second or whatever, you know, which would that's how those sports are. But like the skeet shooting really sucks. It's just really bland. The archery was okay. Taekwondo and fencing, I think, are kind of shitty. Taekwondo especially. For what they could be, you know. But obviously, as a mini game in what is effectively a sports themed mini game collection, you know, you're not going to get something with the depth of even a Karate Champ here. in their take on Taekwondo. But yeah, I don't know, the hurdling, like it just, I don't know, like the events that come closer to original Track and Field feel worse. Pole vaulting, hurdling, those sorts of things. The stuff they try to do with swimming ends up making it awkward in a way that, like, yeah, you could, yeah. So it's a real weird mix. Have we not seen any of the winter games or summer games? That stuff did come out here. I'm not just pulling that out of my ass. All right. Well, look, Track and Field 1 ended up here. It's not a very straightforward question. Like the idea of like, is this game better than Track and Field 1 is sort of a weird thing, because I think Track and Field 1 is there's a purity to it that I think makes all of the events just read a lot quicker first time out. Like, you get it. The mechanics are very simple. Here, they made it more complicated. It's much more of like a read the manual kind of game, because you're like, okay, how do I tuck in the swimming and then make sure that I'm stretched out by the time I hit the water? How do I, you know, Like that aspect of it, like they made these games more complicated, which makes sense again because they're following up on track and field. They already hit a lot of the easy targets, and when you look at something like Hammer Throw, where in the original you didn't even like it was the same as all the other events. It was just like, I don't know, get up to a speed and then pick your angle and throw it. But even in that, you didn't even have to like mash out the speed the way you did in like the javelin throw. Like they go back to the well a lot in the original track and field in ways that we were just like, yeah, I'm kind of doing the same thing over and over again. Here they differentiate really well between most of the different events, and I think that goes a long way. I do think that the look of the game it's like one of those situations where it's like best graphics technical, but not best graphics artistic. But I do think on the whole, it is slightly better than original track and field. It's much more tailor-made for its environment. When we think about it as an NES game and take it against other NES games, I think that this game is ever so slightly better than the first game. California Games is the one I was thinking of. And California Games is a great game. It's not a great fit for the NES in a lot of ways, but I'll tell you, I'll take the hacky sacking in a bad version of California Games over just about anything in any track of field game ever made. But all right, so scientifically speaking, it's better than the original track and field. I'd say it's better than Top Gun. Is it better than California Games on the NES? I think California Games just has a better set of events, and like they're a lot more fun to engage with. Is Track and Field 2 better or worse than Little Nemo the Dream Master? It's not as good as Little Nemo the Dream Master, but it's better than Top Gun. So it's our new number 122. Track and Field 2. That's a fun one. I don't know. Like that's an interesting, there's a lot of meat there to Track and Field 2. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to Track and Field 2, which you would not expect. But like I said, Konami followed up on that original game a lot of different ways for multiple platforms, whether that was in arcades or everything else. Like they kind of took multiple stabs at it, which is weird when you think about it. But there it is, our new number 122. And there you have it. That's going to do it for this week's edition. We're up to 337 games. 2 games that were suggested that we did not get to this time out. Garrett wanted to see Isolated Warrior, and Tim wanted to see The Ultimate Stuntman, which, if I remember correctly, is an unlicensed game. Isolated Warrior, I have no idea what that is. I don't know. I don't know what that game is. It sounds like a game where you'll be like a flying dude. Like if I had to guess, okay, Isolated Warrior, if I'm guessing, it's a Section Z like where you're flying through the air and shooting guys. That's my guess. Am I right? I will have to find out next week. Side scroller. That's what it is in my head. Much like in my head, it's Section Z without the multi-leveled go back and forth stuff. Or it's like it's somewhere, I don't know, Isolated Warrior. It's somewhere between Section Z and Mag Max, which had that kind of isometric on the ground, but then the side, like the weird angle of Mag Max. That's my guess. And next week we'll see what the hell it even is. As well as the Ultimate Stuntman, which I'm pretty sure that's a Comerica joint. You know, the Codemaster, the company that brought you Dizzy. So I'm pretty sure the Ultimate Stuntman is one of their games. So we'll take a look at those next week. Come on back. And if you want to suggest games for the list, you can. Go to dopeassvideogames.com and join the Patreon. That'll get you on the Discord. That'll get you ad-free versions of the weekly podcast. That'll get you Game Boys to Men. That'll get you access to the Jeff Gerstmann Hall of Fame. All sorts of fun stuff on top of what is happening here, 2 or 3 days a week on Twitch and YouTube. So, yeah. Sign on up today. Thanks everybody who has been signing up. It's been great fun. It's been nice to have a home base on Discord also in conjunction with all this stuff. We've been, I don't know, having a lot of conversations about video games and otherwise in there. I was in there when I was frustrated about all my monitor research because I was buying a new monitor. It was nice, like, oh, I'm going to go into the fucking PC hardware channel. I'm talking about this fucking process of doing this goddamn, of researching these goddamn monitors. So yes, patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. Sign on up today. And thanks everybody who has signed up. And if you haven't, check it out. I don't know. You can also sign up to the Patreon for free. There's like a free thing you can do, and there's some posts that I will throw up there from time to time that are open to everybody. Usually text. The review I wrote of the first Descendant went up that way. You can go read that. That fucking game. All right, everybody. I'll be back on Tuesday with another edition of the podcast. Have a good weekend. And I will see you all soon.